Hello YouTube, Komodo Gaming here, bringing you guys another episode of City Skylines. Now last episode we started off with our city here. We're still kind of in that phase of slowly growing and slowly figuring out exactly where I want to stick everything. I've got a lot of things to keep in mind, but right now we are making money. Now there's a couple things that I want to accomplish here. We need more residential, and we've started this kind of L-shaped neighborhood, which by the way we didn't name it. I got some suggestions, but I really didn't settle on any of them. So I think we're going to keep Cozy District here. But what I want to do, and I keep saying it's going to be the L shape, but I think we are eventually going to probably bring this over. Let's see, we've got one cross street in here, so I think we're going to do another section probably right over here. And we're going to do like a nice park in the middle. Now, I just unlocked parks, and I was thinking, alright, well, a lot of people, they just like sprinkle parks like randomly all like throughout the neighborhood, and that just doesn't really make sense to me. So I figured we're gonna do like I don't want to call it a central park because Central Park's really big, but we're gonna do a nice sized park in here to provide our residents with some entertainment. Also, I do want to work a bit on the roundabout here and the commercial area, and we do have more demand for industrial. Now, this industrial is going to be an interesting topic because I eventually want to move it out. Like, I don't want it here anymore. I thought about it. This is really the nicer set of land, and it just makes sense to move it. Now, we are going to run into some issues here. This roundabout, as nice as it looks, and I can keep it for a while, and those trains look like they were jumping, but it's going to become a problem eventually because the traffic flow, it's going nice right now, but it's eventually going to start clogging up, and that's going to be partly because of this expanding. Now, we are going to expand this a little bit for now, and we're going to actually expand it out this way. I don't want to keep this, though. We are going to move it. It's just going to be when the city gets a little bit bigger, and we can actually afford to do that. Right now, and I might have broke some grids here. Actually, yes, I did. You know, we're going to run this behind this area, and I'm actually going to have to curve it out just a bit here. Don't really like to do that. I like to keep everything nice and even, but we cannot do that right now, so we're going to do that. Let's go ahead and get rid of those there, so we should be, and nope. Yeah, we are. Trying to see if we were still in the area. Now, we're going to give them a little bit more area over here because there's such high demand for it, and I feel like we can make some money, so let's go ahead and fill those in. I'm not going to let them on the right side of the road because it's getting just a little bit too close to our commercial district. So we're going to let them there, and that's probably about all I'm going to give them for now. Now, as far as this neighborhood, I said I wanted to keep it on the outside boundary of the commercial zone, which I'm expecting this to eventually grow into almost a pretty big city. I know I was talking about putting it on that side of the highway, but I think that's going to be more industrial, especially along the river there. It all flows down, so pollution or anything in the water, everything's going to flow down and away from the city. So anyways, let's go ahead and satisfy the need for more residential here. Now, I do want to start adding some curved roads and really trying to make this look nice. I've been sticking to this grid pattern because it's efficient for now. But doing this might create a bit of a... Actually, you know what? Did I really have that many cross streets? No, I didn't. I don't know why I added those. We're gonna get rid of these. So let's do that. They should kind of reform here and rebuild their houses. I kind of feel bad about that, but anyways, we are gonna probably start having a little bit of a traffic issue here since I'm adding this the way I am. But I think we're going to combat that by actually allowing them into the commercial area. Like, so I'm going to draw a road over, maybe another avenue. Because realistically, they're still not going to be affected by industrial traffic, so that's not going to really be a thing. And that actually looks like a nice area for a nice big park. Maybe put some bike paths in there, some walking paths, and a nice... those parks are kind of expensive, but we'll see what we can afford. Let's see. So I wanted to do it like that. I wanted to do two more over, so it would go to there, all the way to here. And good thing is, I believe all this is already covered with, I believe, water. Let me go ahead and check that. Almost. There we go. Okay. So park-wise, what fits in here? Or actually, what looks right? See, a lot of these have to be placed like roadside, so that's a really nice one, but that feels like it should be centralized. Now, if I place, and I don't know if I can do this, say if I were to send, let's just send some paths through here. Actually, let's measure that again and see. I think that is basically flush with, let's see, looks like we're going to have, that is an odd number, isn't it? Let's see. I don't think any of these are going to particularly fit right in the middle, which that kind of bugs me for symmetry's sake. Like, I really want this big one, and I could stick it on one side of the road and leave the other side open, which that might be okay, because I can probably make it naturally, like, blend in. So say, yeah, that's going to be off on each side. Let's go ahead. We're going to place this down, and what I'm going to do, let's go and place that here. You can make these paths connect, and I do know that it's off-centered by 1, but I think we can really get around that. So, say we're gonna build, let's build paths out. Actually, no, let's curve these paths. These are just gonna be like random walking paths. So we're gonna do that. Let's maybe make it curve back into the, street here. Actually, it might need to be straight. Let's see, I'm trying to think of how I want to do that. Like, I can add random paths and, like, maybe break another one off this way and run it basically to the street. Actually, that connected, so this one will go over here. And I know this looks probably a little awkward right now, but I'm going to add even more. So say this one's going to go over here. That space is already occupied. I don't think I can turn that in that distance. Let's see, let's connect one right here and make it go to about, say, there. Okay, that looks okay. I know it's got this really tight pattern here in the middle, but I can't really replicate that, so let's go take that one there. So you got paths in and out of it. Now what we can do, I'm trying to figure out what type of trees those are. They're those, so we can just kind of blend them in here. Does that go from biggest to small? So we're just gonna kind of like just throw these in here. So you're really not gonna be able to tell that that's just one park right here in the center. Everything's gonna blend in, so it's just gonna be like the whole thing's a park, if that makes sense. So let's go ahead and I'm gonna spread these out, kind of keep them along the path. I think this is really gonna look nice once it's through. So let's go ahead and place some more of these over here. Gonna keep them all along. I kind of want a bike path through here, but I don't really know where that's gonna go, because I don't like to mix pedestrians and bikers. It just seems like a very unsafe thing to do. So that actually looks good because it blends in. So we've got that. Is there anything else that's in this park? I don't think I have those lights and stuff. I don't think I can do those. Actually, no, they place them automatically along the paths. So we've got that. That looks actually fairly nice. Let's zoom out. There we go. So it's like we have a nice park in here. And actually, you know what? I'm going to mix those paths up just a bit more. I feel like we can probably do something like, let's curve it like that. Let's try to make one. Is that, I believe that's connected. Let's see. Is that connected to one? Yeah, it is. So that doesn't work there. So we're going to keep this. How about one right here? And it might not just like the angle. I don't really want to make that straight though, because everything else is so curved. Actually, one right here would look, I think, good. So we've got that one. Yeah, that looks fairly natural. I know the middle of the park's really tight, but it does have a fountain, so that works out pretty good. You actually see dogs. People are using it. There's a biker on the path, so I guess they can still use those. Alright, so I think we've pretty much, yeah, they're starting to fill these sections in, so we've satisfied this area here as far as, we've got a park. Let's see, does that makes the leisure fairly high. Let's see, industrial, they are begging me for spots here. I feel like we can give them out towards the landfill for now, which I believe I'm going to do. I'm going to have to cut this power. I'm going to have to actually run it around. But there's a lot of potential for money here, so I'm going to have to listen to the dollar bills. Let's go ahead and connect that. I know it looks odd with the power lines, but we're going to do this. We're going to go around. So this should actually, you know what? We can go Let's take it here and just link it like that. So that works, and we can get rid of here, 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 and here. There we go. So this should be covered by water. Yes. Okay. Okay, so let's give him this zone. I can't cross the street here because of the dump, which that's fine. I'm not really worried about that. So we'll do that. Let's go ahead and make it where, I'm trying to think what else I want to do here. I feel like that's gonna be good for now. So that's gonna create some new jobs. What are we looking at here? What are these icons? Let's see. Yeah, we're actually doing decent. I'm surprised there's not more demand for the commercial area itself. So I need to figure out what's going on there. And we've got plenty of residential right now. Oh, now what I was saying earlier, I know this is going to become a very busy street. Because now we've got a big residential area and they're going to be going all up and down here. So you could either upgrade this street. The same would be said for this street over here, because this is going to become a bit of a backlog, but I want to say that this area is not going to be here that long, so we might not have to worry about that one, but I feel like this area here is going to need an upgrade, which that would indeed kill the street that the park's on. You know, I might be able to run it out to just here, maybe make it kind of web off, or the second option, in which I was actually thinking about this, the city center is going to be probably like a cross of avenues. So, let's say, what do I have unlocked? Still lacking some stuff here, but there would be an avenue going across here, so I guess I can go ahead and do this. Let's go ahead and delete these. Sorry, everybody. So, let's see, something like that. And actually, this is wasted potential here in the middle. I know I said, oh, I like it being open there, but I actually don't think I do at the moment. So we could run one-ways to keep it from clogging up the intersections on the outer side. And we could basically force, I mean, I could make this all into a one-way, force them down the main avenue and then force them, if they want to turn, they have to turn into one-ways to get back. But for now, you know what, we're going to leave that alone because I'm not really sure. So let's go ahead, let's make that into an avenue. So we've got another avenue in here, and this would actually continue out this way. So that's like a major intersection leading into town. Now, eventually this is all going to have to change. Once this city starts to really grow, and I know some people are going to kind of complain about the traffic, or at least the way I'm doing it right now, but the eventual plan is to elevate these highways and run them along the city edge, not too close to the residential area, and maybe run them out. I don't know. I have to check. There might be another highway. I know the major highways run across there. There doesn't appear to be anything back there. It just seems like we have the one highway that goes across the map here. So we might have to actually create our own little highway system to run out this way and then eventually loop back and kind of surround the city. But we'll have to see there. Alright, it's time to change up the school. How do I want to make that look? I want a nice little, like, grassy tree area here in the front. And I might change this into a one-way to force traffic, and we can make, like, a little loop around the schools. Let's see. Can I move? I want to move this school temporarily. So let's move you. Let's just move you over here. And they're happy and sad at the same time, and actually we have a fire over here. Just going to test how quick our fire department can get over. Actually, here they come down the street. They're coming. Some people said they weren't exactly sure about where I placed them here in the commercial district. I just thought that having them near the roundabout would be the best option because they can quickly go to the different districts. So that might still change, but anyways, let's go ahead and delete this. And we're going to work on a little education center here. And I could probably even fill the neighborhood, the little section here after I build this, and we're having rolling blackouts. Why? Did I disconnect something? No, I don't believe it did. We might already be out of power. Yes, we are. Oh, we're gonna have to get a little nasty here. Coal. Okay, I see that, so let's go ahead and take out another loan here. 60,000. Gotta get this up and running again. So, coal power plant. I guess I can stick it right by the other one. Or you know what? Let's stick it on the edge over. Actually, yeah, we're gonna go. Those are actually really established buildings. I don't want to delete those. Maybe we'll just go right here. because eventually, like I said, this is all going to move, and eventually I'd like to go green. That's one of the ultimate goals, because this is already really smoggy and nasty looking. So, anyways, that should fix that. We're apparently, are we already in our, man, this is, it all compiles at once. So we need another water tower. Now we could do a pumping station. I guess we can move to that now. Now let's stay a little more down here. We got to stay away from the poo. So I think over here is safe. I want to say. I know I say that a little uncertainly, but let's see. Let's do that. Let's run power out. Actually, we're running it from this one here. So here we go. Watch the water availability. All right, that's back up. So we're good to go here. That little power sign should disappear. I guess now we could probably get rid of the water tower because it is, I believe, going to be obsolete here. We're still going to have enough water flow. Yeah, I'm trying to see if that's going to change it. It went down a little bit, but that water tower was kind of an eyesore, kind of like these power lines, which I also want to get rid of. So, got a couple of abandoned buildings here. Seems like a commercial district, which we're actually getting some demand for now. It's not doing too great, so let's do that. How do I want to do this? Do I want to fill in the rest of those? I guess we could. Or, you know, I'm going to grid these out. Let's keep these off the road because I'm going to wind up probably expanding this. So we'll keep you to there, and we'll do it on this side till probably about there. So that's good. Okay, education. Let's go ahead and work on that, and then we're going to already have more demand for residential. So we've got a lot to do here. Let's go ahead and do this. You know, I think instead of doing the curve, I'm going to do like a straight street with a cross through it. That way we can have options for possible other, like, things connected to the school. Okay, we've reset here. I've got this new area. I wasn't filling the curve, so I built it like this. That way I can set the schools nice and flush with each other. And I've got areas here for, like, parks or, like, maybe a nice frontage to this whole area. So you can have, like, maybe some pedestrian paths, maybe a bike path for people riding to school. Which I think I'm going to line a path up and down the road here. Or at least maybe surrounding the school and keep that really nice. That traffic is bugging me now. I think we're probably going to connect, or at least start the avenue out this way and maybe skinny it down, because I don't really want an avenue connected directly to the neighborhood here, but we need another path in and out. And I know typically they're going to use this one here because it's the quicker way to the highway, but I don't know. We'll see how we're going to do that. But yeah, let's go ahead and... Now I've got some different buildings here. I've got a huge... In this gym, I almost think it looks out of place. It looks huge. Like, I think it would look good, and maybe we can move the elementary school over a little more. You know, I'm not going to use... Like, I kind of placed them a little off-centered here, but I feel like I'm not going to use this whole area. I would say maybe we can put it here, but I kind of wanted to keep that open. Or maybe we could stick the schools... maybe here, let's go one off each of them. And so something like that. And then we can do like maybe a football field or some sort of baseball field back here and maybe a gymnasium or something. So let's say the school's gym would be back, probably back here. So that actually looks pretty good. Those buildings match each other somewhat. They have a similar color, and actually the brick styles are pretty good. So now we've got a school gym. Now I can also do other parks. Let's make this whole area look a little bit nice. Let's go to landscaping here. Do we have like a tall tree? Something that looks like it's actually trimmed? Got some bushes. I needed to go download some more mods for trees and stuff. Let's go ahead and place a couple in here. Yeah, these are matching. Just kind of make this area look a little bit more busy because it's really kind of bare. So we're going to do that and kind of block the commercial area a bit with some trees. So something like that. I like how it switches those up. You don't have to actually change them all. You've got some, looks like rocks. I don't think I can really use many of these right now. Now, paths, let's see, do we have any parks or anything? Like, I can always attach paths to parks, so... Okay, I've been setting on this for just a little bit, trying to figure out exactly how I want to do this. Now, I've been fiddling with stuff behind it, because I'm thinking, like, this area probably needs to be somewhat left alone. I might curb this last part. I'm gonna go download some mods to really get some different, like, ball fields. Maybe we can find, like, an actual high school football stadium. And find some things that can really make this look nice, because right now it just looks kind of plain, and I don't like some of the, like, the assets that I have right now. Like, these parks and stuff, they're good, but I don't know, they just don't quite fit for me. So I'm gonna be a little bit picky. I do like this, this little track field here, but this thing is a little too expensive for me right now. I don't want to invest that much money into it yet. So we're going to look into that. Also, what we're going to do coming up really soon, I don't know if we're going to get to it this episode, probably not. I need to restructure this area because this is all eventually going to be an issue. And you can see this little toilet bowl of the the whole roundabout here. So I need to figure that out. I think I'm going to actually buy the land across the street, and we're gonna look at it real quick, and then we can really evaluate what we're gonna do here. So, okay, I've been staring at the land across the street. We now own this, which this was gonna be my next area to buy. I can see how the highways run. This is probably gonna be an easier area to develop a big city in. So, realistically, across the highway, we're gonna call this maybe the outer city, and the inner city, as far as if we're going to have skyscrapers and all that's going to have to be in here, because I can elevate this highway and I can send it all the way through, and we can have it just branch off like crazy, and that's going to definitely help traffic. So, you know, I've been saying, hey, we're going to move the industrial area, We might keep it over here. We might turn Morley into this area. Maybe we'll turn it into a little bit harbor and just try to clean it up at least, and clean just the roads up, the pollution. I don't know if there's a such thing as like a green industrial area. Now, also, farms are a thing, and I think out here, or maybe even beyond this, would be a nice farmland. I'm also watching where the rails are running, and this was another reason why I wanted to kind of keep this in an industrial area, because eventually I'm going to need like a rail station or something right here. And not like a passenger rail station, like I'm talking cargo rail station. So it really is starting to make more sense to have the industrial on this side. It's just going to be a matter of cleaning it up. But anyways, now that I've decided on that, I'm going to get rid of the boulevard here. I'm going to restructure this somewhat. I'm thinking the cross streets that I was talking about earlier are actually going to be okay. Because this isn't going to grow up too much. Like, this is not going to change. And I think now that we're doing this, I'm not as afraid of all this traffic, like, in front of the school. I think that we might do another neighborhood back here and kind of surround it. But I really want to, like, I want to vary it up now. Like, this is your standard neighborhood. This is your grid pattern. You're kind of, it looks nice, but it's boring. It's squares. So we're going to start really curving and trying to, like, change it up. I'm going to look at some, I know a lot of these people, they look at like Google Maps and actually look at some layouts for neighborhoods and just kind of get a good idea of like what I actually want to do. So I think we're going to work on that. But right now I'm fairly happy with the progress that we've made. We've got our new education center, even though it's not complete, and they are absolutely they're jam-packed out there. Wow. So we've got that. I feel like I need to go get some custom assets, and you know what? While I'm thinking about it, the high school is going to look better back there. It just does. I've got that feel that the high school is going to be on the back half. And we could even move the elementary. I think they need to stay there. Actually, I'm going to be really picky. It's funny, they have to walk. They're like, ah, dang it, now we got to walk all the way over here. So here come all the students. So like the school just kind of instantly moved. I don't know what the dog's doing there. The dog really shouldn't be in school. That's neat. But yeah, I just feel like we can really do some stuff with this area. Maybe even, this is going to be still a fairly big school, so I'm thinking maybe a small parking garage might go here. And we'll just we'll make this area really nice. So if you guys have any suggestions, just go ahead and comment below for this area. Industrial, they're seeing a big spike in demand, so I think before we get out here, and we're going to go ahead, I should go ahead and change this into a boulevard. Looking at it, they're going to be coming off that. It's still going to be a very busy. I mean, we're still going to have to figure out how to alleviate this situation here, but this is probably going to be the right option here. So we're about to make a lot of people mad by deleting or destroying some of their property here. So let's go ahead and upgrade this road. So we've got this running all the way through. So now we can get that flow of traffic in and out. The roundabout itself, that doesn't get much bigger, does it? Actually, it does. Maybe we should go ahead. Let's gonna make this a mega roundabout. There we go. Kind of lost a little bit of its beauty there. It's a much fatter circle. But in the long run, now question is, that added a stoplight there. You know, that's still plenty of lanes of traffic. We can actually, I think, even upgrade that. So there'll be, yeah, I can even make this wider so that stoplight won't be as big of an issue here, but I think they need that wider road. We can even upgrade the ones around here, but yeah, before we wrap it up here, let's go ahead and add a little bit to the industrial zone. We're going to actually add it over this way, get it a little bit away from the commercial here. Alright, we're going to break the power lines again. They're probably getting very tired of me doing that. Is there any other way to do this? No. So we're gonna do it like that. We're gonna fix that. Give me 1 second. People, be patient with me. I understand I probably just blacked out the, actually, no, I haven't. They're connected now. Oh, yes, that's awesome. Actually, everything's connected. I can finally get rid of those ugly power lines that run across the front. So, yeah, we can cut these down now. That is good. Makes it look a little bit better. You gotta keep the one for the pumping station over there, so we're gonna do that. Let's zone in some more industrial here. So they've got that. Still gonna be an extremely busy street. We'll have to figure out what we're gonna do there. I also think I can make a nice harbor. There's a lot of really cool custom mods for like warehouses and stuff. I know a lot of it is filler, and it might not necessarily make you money. I'll have to double check into that, but I like to have like a nice like winding road up and down this and have a harbor area, because it does make sense. That's a huge river. Normally harbors would typically be closer to the mouth or to the ocean here, but that is a really nice beach, and I feel like, you know, when we grow up, that would be really good for tourism. So anyways, guys, next episode, we're probably going to restructure this commercial area, finish the education. I'm going to download some mods, maybe add a new neighborhood, and just keep working on the city, keep hammering it out. But anyways, guys, if you'd like to like and subscribe, everything helps my channel. Hopefully you enjoyed this. I'm going to try to make this a more regular series. My first episode was kind of a test run to see how I wanted to do this, but I like this Let's Play style. It feels good, and I can always go between episodes and get feedback from you guys, so that's always nice. But anyways, guys, hope you have a good day. We will see you guys next time. Thank you.